everyone, welcome back. So, if you have ever tried to understand cryptocurrency and felt completely lost, everyone is lying to you for money might be exactly what you need. Because instead of making crypto more complicated, this documentary does something smarter. It explains why it feels so confusing in the first place. Directed by Ben McKenzie, the film takes a sharp, almost surgical approach to breaking down the world of digital currency. And its central argument is simple but powerful. Crypto isn't confusing by accident, it's designed that way. According to the film, the entire system thrives on illusion. Crypto is presented as this revolutionary, almost magical financial breakthrough, something futuristic, disruptive, and just out of reach enough to feel exciting. That sense of mystery is part of the appeal. It pulls people in, but at the same time, it prevents them from fully understanding what they are actually investing in. And that's where the danger begins. The documentary starts with Bitcoin, the original cryptocurrency. It was marketed as a limited resource, only 21 million coins would ever exist. That scarcity makes it valuable, almost like digital gold. But as the film explains, Bitcoin behaves like a stock without being tied to any real company, and like a bank without offering any of the protections of one. It exists in this strange in between space, and that ambiguity is exactly what allowed the entire crypto system to grow. The timing also mattered. After the 2008 financial crisis, trust in traditional financial institution was already shaken. Crypto stepped in as the rebellious alternative, a system that operated outside the rule. For many, it didn't just feel like an investment, it felt like a moment. And that emotional hook is what the film keeps coming back to. Mackenzie doesn't just explain the system, he investigates the people behind it. He travels, conducts interview, and confronts some of the biggest figures tied to crypto's rise. One of the most revealing segments involves Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX. Before his downfall, he was seen as the face of new financial future. But the film captures how carefully crafted that image was, right down to the way he spoke, dodged question, and presented himself as both awkward and trustworthy. It's unsettling because it shows how easily perception can replace reality. Another major focus is Alex and his company Celsius, which the documentary frames as a classic Ponzi style setup, where new investments are used to sustain the illusion of growth. It's not a new trick, it's dressed up in a modern tech driven language, and that's the pattern the film exposes again and again. New technology, old scam, but what makes the documentary truly powerful isn't just its critique of the system, it's the people affected by it. McKinsey interviews everyday investor who lost significant amounts of money. They talk about feeling betrayed, misled, even devastated, but then comes the most shocking part when asked if they still believe in crypto. Many of them say yes, that's when the film really lands its message. This isn't just about financial fraud, it's about belief. Crypto, as the documentary presents it, operates almost like a cult, not in exaggerated way, but in how it encourages people to hold on to faith even when the evidence is stacked against them. The dream is so compelling that letting go of it becomes harder than accepting the loss. By the end, everyone is lying to you for money. It doesn't just explain cryptocurrency, it reframes it. It suggests that the biggest lie isn't just coming from the people selling crypto, it's also the one people start telling themselves. And that's what makes this documentary so effective. It's not trying to overwhelm you with technical jargon, it's trying to show you why the psychology behind the system and why so many people keep buying into it even when it falls apart. Thank you for watching. Bye.